time for math. A lot of you have finished your test on happy numbers. Thank you. I appreciate you going on and making time for that. If you haven't done it yet, do it today. We need to get that all taken care of as soon as possible. Now, for our lesson today, we are going to talk about numbers that end in 0. I'm going to get out a whiteboard and let's see. If I write this number, I bet you know it. Of course, that's 10. What about another number that ends in 0? 40. 40. Very good. 40. What about 60? 60. Very good. Wow, you guys have got this all figured out. And I know we've practiced counting by tens, haven't we? Sure we have. Let's do it right now. Get in front of your computer. See how I pushed back? Because I'm going to get really low. And I'm going to start with my hands really low. And I'm going to count by 10. And when I get all the way up to 100, I'll explode. Are you ready? Count with me. Here we go. Way low. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Let's do it with a squeaky voice. Ready? Really low. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Counting by tens. What about a growly voice? Do you have that? Here we go. Really low. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now, I think that most of you counted with me. But if some of you didn't, and you were letting me do all the work, this is your time. Because I'm going to move my lips, but I want you to say the numbers. Are you ready? We're going to start with 10, and then I'm going to be quiet. And you say it. Here we go. 10. 100. Do you remember all the numbers? I'm going to get my board. My poor whiteboard is having some tough days. It's not very white anymore, but that's okay. So, like I said, my board's a little bit of a mess, but 10, 20, 30, 40, and I'm going to stop there, 40. Now, if I was going to draw 10, the easiest way to do it, I think, is to think about a 10 frame, right? And I would fill that 10 frame. This is 10. What if I was going to do 20? Well, I would do 10 again, just like that, but that's still only 10. Can you tell somebody at your house how to make it into 20? I think you're right. I would need another 10 frame because that would make 2 groups of 10. That's 20. Now, what about for 30? Wow, you're figuring it out. I'm going to go quick. I would need 3 10 frames because it's 3 groups of 10. You're right. And they would all be full. You're absolutely right. I think you're getting the idea of this. What if, let me erase it real quick. Let's see. What if, I'm going to draw the 10 frames, and then you're going to figure out what it is. So let me pause it, and I'll come back when they're all drawn. Took took me a little while to do that, but we're ready now. So look what I've got here. I have 3 10 frames. You probably know what that makes, but if you don't, you can count by tens. So let's do it together. 10, 20, 30. 3 10 frames makes 30. How do you write 30? 30. Very good. 30. Now, what if... How many now? How many 10 frames are there? There are 5. So, you might know it, but let's count them by tens. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Very good. How would you write 50? 50. Nice job. You ready for the last little part here? Okay. That's why it took me so long. What do you think? How many 10 frames? To me, it looks like there are 6 and 1 more. So 7 10 frames. Do you know what that number is? Maybe you just said it, but let's count it. Please, you use your voice. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. How do you write 70? You got it. 70. Well, boys and girls, if you could do that with me, this will not be too difficult for you. Look at all those 10 frames. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this part so you can just see the first. And moms and dads, sometimes it's hard for children to track. And if you cover up the beginning, it'll make it easier. So there's one group of 10. What did they write? 10. Now I have 2 groups of 10. That's 20. Oh, 3 groups of 10. Do you know what you're going to write? 10, 20, 30. And you're going to keep going down. 4 groups of 10, 5 groups of 10. See, they put the 50. And you'll keep going and counting by tens all the way to the bottom. I think you've got this. Boys and girls, we have done so well. We're going to get through this before the end of the year because you guys are determined. That means you're hard workers and you never give up. And that makes me really proud of you. So you can practice counting by tens lots of different ways. When I was a little girl, we used to play hide and seek. Somebody would be it. And we would count by tens. And you'd hide your face, maybe on a tree if you were playing outside, because that's where it's so much fun to play. I would cover my face and I would count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Then I would say, ready or not, here I come. And I'd go see who I could find. I learned how to count to 100 by tens really quickly. I hope you enjoy this today, and I can't wait to see you get your chart all filled out. If you haven't gotten back to happy numbers to get that test done, let's do it today, all right? Enjoy the day, boys and girls.